What's up, everybody? So, today we're going to talk about the time that I got 5150'd. And for anybody who's not in California, if you're in Florida, it's called getting Baker acted. And it's where you get placed on a 72-hour hold in a psych ward for your own benefit of your own safety, and you get evaluated, and after 3 days they determine if you can leave or if you have to stay or whatever. So I know I'm not the only one that it's happened to, and I have no problem talking about what happened to me and how it went down. So I just feel like sharing that story. So if you are here for your first time, then welcome to my page. If you're returning, then thank you for coming back to my page. I appreciate it. You already know the kind of stories that I tell, and you know that I have receipts and facts to back it up, and I don't got a reason to lie, anyways. So, without further ado, oh yeah, and if you could subscribe. I just say that because you'd be surprised at just saying that versus not saying that. Like the amount of like people that do it, it's like ridiculous. So, anyways, I'll get into it. So this took place. This was in like 2017. Yeah, like 2016, 17. So at the time, I, you know, I was smoking weed. I was doing my own thing, whatever. And I was like taking painkillers and doing my normal shit. But like, I was just, that was normal to me. Like, it was normal. I wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary. So, something that happens when you take painkillers and stuff a lot, and some people might know about this, is when you go to the pharmacy to get your prescription, sometimes they'll be like, hey, do you want this stool softener? Because there's something that opiates do where it like messes with your stomach and stuff, and it makes it so you get constipated. So that's like a very common thing that they'll offer it to you, and people will. I've never like really found a benefit for it, but some people do. So anyways, this night I'm like feeling weird. Like I'm just at home, I'm feeling weird, and I decide that I'm going to take a X-Lax. I don't know if it was X-Lax or whatever the company was, but it was a pill. It wasn't a drink. So because I was constipated, like I just could not go, and it just felt really bad. And I take the pills, and I go, and I'm like sitting there, and nothing really happens. So I'm still like sitting there and giving it some time and whatever, and eventually I get frustrated. So I get up and I go and I try to like lay down on my bed. So this is where things start to get interesting. I'm laying on my bed, and all of a sudden I'm like transported into this like I swear to God, I was having like this realistic like nightmare type thing where I thought that I was in jail, and people were trying to pass things down through fishing, and they were trying to pass things down like from cell to cell, and it got to me, and I was trying to like get my line, and I was trying to get it to the next person. And me, I'm so bad with stuff like putting on someone's necklace or just stuff that has to do with my hands. I'm really bad at. So like I got all nervous and whatever, and I couldn't get it, and a CO came and actually got the it was a note, and they got the note, and like I just like it was so realistic, and I look, and like all these people in the pod are like looking at me through the windows, like just like staring at me, like, and like I think someone that I had was in my thing said, "Oh yeah, they're gonna fuck you up," and all this stuff. So that was like 100% realistic. So in my mind, I was like, these people are trying to hurt me. These people are trying to hurt me. And so I wake up from that and I'm like laying on the couch, but I still, every time I close my eyes, I like get this feeling that like there are people that are trying to hurt me. So, like, I just couldn't shake it, couldn't shake it, couldn't shake it. Like, I didn't have any like drugs to do or weed or anything. So, like, literally, if I did, I would say something about it. I would say I took this, that, this. You already know I have no shame in my game. But literally, I took X-Lax. So, that happened, and I decided I need to go to the hospital. So, I go to the hospital, to the emergency room, and I explain to them about what's going on, how I don't feel safe, I feel like someone's trying to get me, blah, blah, blah. So I'm laying there in the room, and then all of a sudden they come in and they strap me down to this thing where they like take like seatbelt type things and they put one over my forehead, they put one over my arms, they like tie my legs together and stuff. And then all of a sudden they put me on this gurney and I can't like really see that much, but I see that we're outside and I get put into a ambulance that goes to the psych ward, which was around the corner. This place, it was like right by Harbor UCLA. I forget what the Exodus. That's like kind of the place where it's called. So ended up pulling in there, and we get there, and when we go in, it's a room, and there's a TV and there's a bunch of chairs, a whole room full of recliner chairs that have like white sheets over them. And there's just like people that are laying in all different types of positions on the chairs. Some of them are watching TV, some of them are kind of looking at the wall, some of them are like doing their own thing, whatever. So, um, they tell me to find a spot. So I find a spot, and I could remember they gave us those cookies that have like the vanilla in them. They're like white cookies with cream in them. They come in the blue package. So I remember eating those, and I was still like feeling the effects like of the X-Lax shit or whatever. So in my mind, like I'm laying there and I thought that I could overhear the people that work there talking about going to go smoke a cigarette. And I like smoked cigarettes at the time, so I wanted a cigarette. So like I'm like hearing and I'm hearing them talk about it, and I'm hearing them like I'm hearing a door open and someone like kind of being gone, and then the door opening again, and thinking that I can like smell the smoke. So I had thought to myself, the next time that they get up, I'm gonna like try to ask for a cigarette and see what they say. So they, sure enough, someone gets up, I get up, and immediately they're like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, I'm just going to the bathroom," because they did have like this little bathroom area that you could go to. So like I walked over there to the bathroom. I didn't really have to go, but then I like kept walking afterwards, and I walked and I walked and I walked and I walked to this door, and they were like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "Can I have a cigarette, please? Like, I just want to smoke a cigarette so bad right now." And they looked at me like I was crazy. They're like, you can't have a cigarette. What are you talking about? So, um, like, after getting shut down a numerous amount of times, I uh, I went back to my seat and they actually gave me a Valium, and that chilled me out. So I'm laying in the recliner, and just time goes by so slow. Everybody's doing their own thing, whatever. So a day goes by, same shit happens, like nothing to really report. I'm starting to like get back into my right frame of mind. Then Sunday comes around. Sunday comes around, I'm feeling completely back to normal. I even ask the guard guy, I ask him, I was like, hey, can you put on football? Like, I was like totally like just like being normal. And I remember the guy was a Raiders fan. I was like, damn, that's got to be a tough existence. And I told him to put on the Eagles game. So we were watching that. And I kept saying, I was like, can I talk to a nurse, please? Can I talk to a nurse, please? Like, can I state my case? I'm telling you, like, I'm not like blowing smoke, like, for real. So, after me like begging for like a day, finally they said, oh, yeah, um, you can go talk to her. So, I get called in. I talked to this woman. She asked me like if I want to harm myself or others, and I explained the whole situation. And I explained, like, I think she could tell just by looking at me that like whatever was in my system was out of it, and like I wasn't in there for like the reasons that like you might think I would be in there for. So after like a 10-minute conversation, she released me. So I ended up getting released, and that was really the end of that. I mean, I tried getting some services. Like, I don't think it's bad to have a therapist, like, at least having someone to vent to and to talk to, like, not necessarily to like give you advice and tell you what to do. I think it's just nice to have somebody that's like there for that. But yeah. Anyways, getting 5150, going to the psych ward, whatever, like, it's the stigma behind it. I don't think it should exist, and I think it's really messed up that like cops in LA would take people who are having mental health problems and getting locked up, and they would literally drop them off in Skid Row and just like let them go and be on their own free will. So I really get disgusted when I think about that. But this was my experience getting 5150'd, and it was what it was. It was a weird reaction. Like, it's crazy that it wouldn't be like for some weird new drug, chemical, or like mixing things, whatever. But I shit you not, no pun intended, that it was all over a constipation type medication. So, anyways, I hope you get some shits and giggles. Alright, I gotta stop with the puns. But, anyways, I hope you guys like the story, and I will see you later. Have a good one. Go Birds.